Do whatever you
You're
guys want to
good?
do.
All right. How was DC?
I was not there. Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Well, it's easy now to say, whether people like it or not, that the new president made village people great again. Now, however, the backlash that I received the day after my birthday, there was no afterglow from my party. I just woke up in the morning, 7:30, the phone starts ringing. And who is this? And it's so and so and so and so from the Daily Mail in the UK. Now, how do the people get your number? Now I'm only finding out now that your number is listed, your cell phone number. So I'm going to exchange my number and get a private number. But then after that, and of course I went off on him. As the day progressed, the backlash began.
And you didn't know what this was for yet.
I didn't know what it was for, but then people saying, "Why are you doing this? You're a traitor. You do this to us," and blah blah blah. I can't stand the village people and you. And I'm like, wait. That's not me. I'm home in Washington. I'm home in Asbury Park where I live. And I want to thank my community, my LGBTQ community. I said, well, what we all have to do is get ready to push back and use me. I will be out there as a surrogate with many of our allies. But the bigger thing in question, right, what happened to me, which I never thought, and we've known each other many years, didn't think that that would ever happen to me, that I would actually be harassed and bullied and had a note slipped in my mailbox. I have the kind of mailbox off the street. You just pull down the latch, and it said something. I crumbled it up because it looked childish and sort of in magic marker. Traitor, you're not going to sing in DC 4, number 47, and I was in such a fit that I crumbled it, and then I was speaking to my manager. I don't know what I'm going to do. He said, well, you have to push back.
Because people think that you're still with
The Village People, and I'm not. I left in 2017 when the ex-lead singer and songwriter came back charging. So good. I had a good run. And then, of course, I realized that when the party was over, I then proceeded to go into the studio and record and be here, my beautiful city that I love. I don't think I'll ever be able to move now. My home and my friends, Debbie Lalise at the Wonder Bar, that's my hangout. Russell Lewis at the Wonder Bar. I mean, at Watermark. I have friends here. And so I'm happy and I do my thing and I'm retired and sort of semi-retired, but to have the backlash where people in this age of misinformation are too quick to post a picture and grab, and also because the media was using the group's image of the classic group with what was going on in DC, which they were not relevant with each other. Yes, it's a new group, but it's not the classic members.
What was his reception to the song in the late 70s?
He loved it, like he loves it today. But the thing is that's what defines a great song. That the late Jacques Morali, who's gay, and Victor Willis, who's straight, that these two guys could write a song like that, which was a filler song. We needed one more song to finish the Cruising album. But the late Neil Bogart, when he heard the song, he said, this is the hit.
So this wasn't anything new that Trump just started to appreciate. He was rocking out to this anthem back in Studio 54.
Well, like my little cousins that I call my nephews and nieces because my cousins are now having kids. So we're talking 3 generations, and they're 5, 6, and 7, and they love it. And then of course the song, it landed back when it came out because the gay community embraced the group on the first album, San Francisco, Hollywood, Fire Out, and all that. So they feel passionate and heated and angry because this situation where the song has landed has nothing to do with the original members. It's just where the trajectory of the path that the song took with the president. And so it turned into this really hot situation. But what I don't like is when people, you can express, I love dialogue, I love a good debate, but whoever yells first loses the argument. And don't threat. Then the threats started coming in. We know where you live and this and that. If I see you at Wegmans, I'm gonna spit on you. Like in the parking lot at Wegmans, and this girl just jumped into the car. And so it was a lot of different people. They don't understand that if they took the time to do a little research, that our trajectory and where we started, where we ended, then the new group took over. That new path that they are on, and where they were yesterday, that has nothing to do with me, you know. And so it's bittersweet for me because, of course, I'm not a fan of the incoming administration. I'm going to be honest about it, and I'm going to work with my LGBTQ plus community when the Garden State Equality, and any other organization that will call me to say, look, would you come out and speak to this particular group of a segment of your community as a surrogate, I will use my platform to come out and speak. But at the same time, I'm also not going to throw anyone under the bus, because at the end of the day, what constitutes and what makes a great song that can cross all party lines, all races, every generation, and globally, it's still top 10 in the world. That's what constitutes and that's what makes a great song. Well, they love the song because he loves the song. If he were to say, turn around and decide that he wants to listen to, like, for instance, my good friend Gloria Gaynor, if he decides that he wants to now start listening to I Will Survive, that's going to be the next hit. So it's like his base, because he loves it, they love it. Not necessarily that they don't understand what those characters are, because they probably don't even know, you know. And so at the end of the day, the way the group was created and the concept of the ex-producer from France, when he saw me in the clubs, he started thinking construction worker. As things evolved, I also changed as a person, but my home, and I still love my LGBTQ gay community, the way we used to say it, you know. When the first album came out, I thought I could celebrate myself, and instead of marching in the Christopher Street Pride Parade, I decided I want to get a horse and ride on a horse with a blanket and full regalia. And
I mean, you've never found yourself in 40, 50-year career on this type of criticism. What's your message to the people?
Well, my message is that as I started out as a celebrity, I instantly became an activist because of the whole Anita Bryant Save My Children campaign. That's when the first album dropped. That album became the backdrop of the movement. My message today is, if we're going to fight with each other as a community, then everyone loses, because that is how you create division and with the misinformation, and you separate. We separate each other, we will argue with each other, and that's not right. It's just not cool to do. And, you know, we can agree to disagree. And if you don't like the group today, well, that, you know, if you don't like it, don't play the music. Where it is today in American political history now, because it has crossed that road, I just find it fascinating. But I never thought in a million years that I would be targeted on social media. And I went to their social media pages, and there were heated discussions, but no threats, not like what I was getting. DMs, IMs, phone calls. And the stuff wasn't nice that was being said. I get people's anger because of their vested interest in the legacy of the group. But again, those were the days that are not any longer. Things change, and this is where the journey and the trajectory of the song, where it's landed. So I think that what we should all do is let's take a deep breath. It's not that deep. Now that the party was over yesterday, let's turn the page and let's be more empathetic, kinder to each other. You can ask the question like someone did. Were you in D.C.? And I simply can say, no, I wasn't. But no, yes, you were. I just saw you on television, and that's you. And I'm like, no, it's not. You know, so I mean, and it was a little scary because then no, a stupid letter that looked like a child's writing in a magic marker was put into my mailbox.
Do you think there's room for tolerance to be stronger on both sides?
I think
of the
so.
aisle?
I think that if we can all meet in the middle, I mean, I'm inclusive with everything. When I walk in anywhere, you see me and you know who I am. I'm a biracial gay man. So I'm a lot of things because in my family, we have all races. We have white, Japanese, Italian, black. Well, seriously, if we could all just take a deep breath and not go after people simply because they don't like where the song landed or where the song is being played and why it's being played. It wasn't written for that 46 years ago. It was written about the YMCA, the gym, McBurney on 23rd Street. And at the end of the day, I walked away from that. I had a great career. I was like 40 solid years. Went to Australia 39 times. Like, who does that? So I'm holding on to the good times that I've had, and I turned the page, and now this is the next page and the next history of where the group continues.
Good, good.